Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Southern Savage. Today we're getting into a review of the Metabo HPT saw. This miter saw I picked up here on Prom Day off Amazon for a whopping 94 bucks. I believe right now it's going for 116, could be mistaken there. This has been a really nice saw, so we're about to walk you through the basics of it, give you a better look of it, and then yeah, we're gonna cut some shit. Alright guys, to be quite honest with you, I could not really find many negative reviews to combat for this saw. Everybody seems to love it, says it runs great. Some people say it's a little overpowered. At the end of the day, you're buying a sub $200 miter saw, you should expect it to be a little underpowered. You know, you're not going to be creaming through steel with this bad boy. However, if you have a little bit of home woodworking you want to do, you want to cut through some fucking wood, this will be more than happy to help you. Again, one of the only other complaints I could find about it is not so friendly instruction reviews. It's a saw. It's pretty simple to assemble. I'm not gonna lie, call me a dumbass. One of the things that did stump me is this retention pin. Every single video I saw kind of talked about pushing the pin in, pulling the saw back. Maybe I'm just illiterate or deaf and I misunderstood them, but some people said this was hard to put together. If this is hard to put together for you, I don't think you have any business running a miter saw. Now I know what you're thinking. I recognize this handsome young gentleman. That's the Southern Stabber, as he just said in his intro. I usually see this guy ripping bass out the water, you know, just slaying them. The hell does he know about the labors of lumber? Well, let me tell you, buddy, I know a little more than fishing and alliteration. To be honest, I know a little about more than fishing and alliterations. One thing that I have gotten into, though, recently, if you can't tell, is woodworking. You know, it's hot as hell, can't fish as much as I can. Look at me, I'm cooked. Dude, this shit hurts. I was sick as a dog for like 3 hours. Not gonna talk about it. It was rough. I'll build shit sometimes. Building kayak holders, nesters, whatever the hell you want to call them. Kayak's not pictured because I took them out today. Still on the car once again. Heat sickness. But as we review this Metabo HPT miter saw, which some of you might not know, Metabo and Hitachi are the same company. If you know some of Hitachi's products, interesting. But yeah, we're going to be building a replacement kayak stick. This is, I believe, the first one I built, and it's dog shit. Still not broken, but it's dog shit. This one, pretty messy, but pretty sturdy. If I do say, I can stand on it, I can bounce on it, pretty sturdy. I'd like to make one that's as sturdy as that, looks as nice as my miter saw stand. I think I did a decent damn job on the miter saw stand, if I do say myself. So without further ado, let's get into some edits that are going to absolutely kill my iPhone 15. Let's play with our wood. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how this bad boy cuts. As always, safety first. If I lose my peepers, I can't see you not seeing me coming. And what's the fun in that? You know, traditionally, try not to cross your hands when you're cutting. I don't want to sound like I'm telling you how to do something. Hell, if you want to put your hand right here and run the saw, I'm not going to stop you, brother. Just so I don't have people complaining about it, I'm going to switch up my hands to run this gun. But anyway, let's see how she does. I mean, pretty nice and clean there, bud. I couldn't really expect anything more. It's straight, slinging it around, but it's straight. And that's all that matters. It's not going to be lopsided. 10 out of 10. Now, you might notice my lights flicker whenever I run this saw. And that is because I'm in the garage, if you can't tell. I'm not an electrician, but I imagine that the electricity levels in the garage aren't quite up to snuff with the rest of the outlets. You know, this part of the house really ain't ever had any work done to it. So if you guys think that I should start running my miter cuts in the kitchen, I would really be down to suggestions for improvement. You know, maybe even if you have somebody you live with you don't particularly like, you can start doing cuts in there. Very even. So not only can I measure, but this saw can also cut accurately. And I appreciate that. I feel like you'd appreciate that. So keep that in mind. You'd appreciate that. I'd appreciate that. We all appreciate the fact that the saw cuts pretty damn well. Enough said. Alright, now I know what you're thinking. When is this idiot going to show us how well it can cut an angle? Which, my response, honestly, I'd really appreciate if you gave me a little bit of professional courtesy. I was going to get to it at some point. I know that you knew that I was going to get to it. So God, just let me do it. Anyway, I'm going to cut this 45-degree angle, and we're going to see how good, how well this miter saw can cut angles. I'm sorry if I got upset. I really didn't mean to take it out on you. Alright, that's a pretty good goddamn angle. I like that angle. Do you like that angle? Alright guys, I got a little too worked up and I had to delete that last portion of the build. My apologies. But essentially, if you're trying to follow along, what I did off camera, well on camera, but what I did off camera was hole, 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 nail, 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 screw, 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 screw. That's about what it sounded like, just so you can, you know, in case you're an auditorial learner or whatnot. But yeah, essentially, and it's a little bit wobbly right now, but what we're going to do is add some center supports right there and also add some legs to it so it has something to stand on. As you might be able to tell, one of my solutions for, let's say, lack of expertise, because I won't say I lack skill. You can't convince me that neither, goddammit. But just something that's real easy to get started on everything. Nail gun. Just a little 18 gauge to get everything set it in. And then you go around and obviously tighten it up and actually make it structurally sound with the screws. Forgot my clamp there. Now you might have just seen that. Yes, I could have clamped down my full work area, but What the hell does the online charge for one of these? Because you know, this is just a few bucks in lumber and that nail gun I just broke. Just kidding, I didn't break it. You can drop your tools. Anybody who tells you can't drop your goddamn tools is your tool salesman. I'm telling you that much. You might see we've encountered a problem here. And I'll let you know that isn't a problem. You'd think I didn't think that through. How little do you see of me? That I didn't accord for this. I'm sick of you. As I was saying, I don't know what view of me you sycophants and liars hold, but I obviously accounted for this. Because obviously you don't want the base of your stand to be this narrow. You want to climb it up a little bit. And that's exactly what I intended to do. One thing I've realized that I've lacked in this video is the nail gun. I wish a punk ass nail would hit my finger. I'd love to see it. Beautiful work. Absolutely stunning. Spectacular. Couldn't ask for anything better. So, at the end of the day, we have a little kayak stool. You can comfortably put your kayak on. It's not going to go anywhere. It'll hold it. It can hold me. It can hold your kayak. At the end of the day, what did we learn? Woodworking's pretty fucking fun. Good for more than one thing, contrary to what other people might tell you. And yeah, you don't really have to be too good at anything to get into it. You just got to do it.